अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानीम्। ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः। हरिः ॐ. So we are entering into 48 shloka today. 48 to 58. 10 shlokas are for eyes, mother's eyes. So now let us chant together 48th shloka. 8th shloka. Ahasute savyam tava nayanamarkatmakataya त्रियामां वामं ते सृजति रजनीनायकतया तृतीया ते दृष्टिर्दरदलितहेमाम्बुजरुचिः समाधत्ते सन्ध्यां दिवसनिशयोरन्तरचरीम्. Now all these 8 shlokas, each one we will see different types. One shloka for trigunas, one shlokas for 3 rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, like that it goes. Now this shloka is for morning, evening and afternoon, Sandhya, like basically morning, night and evening, and then Sandhya Kalam, 3 times is referring to. Because mother is Kalatita, time also came from mother, space also came from mother. So mother is in time and beyond time. So that is what this shloka is talking about. Now let us see. Aha sute savyam. Ahaha means daytime. Sute means created. Suti, that is why even delivery room area, they say prasuti, not a word, prasuti room, or that's how they call. You know, it means delivery room. Sute means delivers. So morning, which one? Savyam means right eye. Right eye is representation of Surya Bhagavan. So because of Surya Bhagavan, we get daytime. At daytime, people do work, whatever they need to do. Even birds wake up, animals wake up, everybody wake up and do their appropriate duties. And pujas, everything happens in daytime. So that is why ahasute savyam. Tava means yours. Nayanam means eye. Arkatmakataya. Arka means sun, because we already covered. Arkatmakataya, Arka means sun. Sun creates the daytime. That is representation of your right eye. Then second line we are going. Triyamam vamam te. Oh mother, vamam means left eye. Now they are talking about left eye. What does it do? Triyamam means, let us say for whole day we have 24 hours. In 24 hours we get the day and night, and evening, twilight too, morning and evening. According to our scriptures, Triyamam means, I'm explaining that word. This 24 hours divided into 8 yamas. Yamas means, let us say, sections. 8 sections. 3 yamam means 3 sections are for night time. In the 24 hours, it is divided into 8 sections. 3 sections divided in for night. That is why Shankaracharya ji is using Triyamam. Vamam means left eye. What does it do? Srujati means creates. What? Rajani Nayakataya means moon. Rajani Nayaka means moon. So many names are there for moon. Himakaraha, that is also representation of moon. Rajani Nayakataya. So left eye is representation of moon. Right eye is for sun, left eye is for moon. And then they're explaining what they do, night and daytime. Now let us see the third line. Trutiya te drushtir daradalita hemambuja ruchihi. Trutiya means the third eye. Mother has 3 eyes. Shiva Bhagavan also has 3 eyes. Te means, oh mother, your drushtihi means your vision, your eyes. What does it do? Okay. First, let us see what does it do. Samadhatte sandhyam. So it creates sandhya, representation of sandhya time, means twilight. So, okay. Sandhya means twilight, yeah, not daytime or nighttime. So the third eye creates the sandhya. And how is the third eye is daradalita hemambuja ruchihi, means always they compare the eyes with lotus. Even Ramachandra ji, we say Rajiva Lochana, Padma Lochana, Padma Nayana, all these are representation of lotus. So that is why Daradalita Hemambuja Ruchihi. It is like a golden lotus. Hema means golden color. Ambuja means lotus. Ruchihi means so beautiful. A little bit not fully blossomed, little bit half blossomed. That's how this eye is representation. The beautiful way, even half bloomed lotus will be very beautiful. A little bit golden color because it's representation of fire. That is why Sandhya time is also looks like fire. That's why in all these shlokas will make us stay in the moment, present moment. So many people write so many books and make millions and millions of dollars and they become bestsellers. If we hold on to these shlokas, we will stay in the moment, present moment. Plus, we observe the nature. See, then evening time when we go for a walk, then we look for the color. And then we can remember the shloka, then that is a jhanam, that is the meditation. That is why we are saying location, we are talking about the eyes. And connection, that is how we develop the connection, our association. And then mind will absorb, mind will immersed, tadatmya bhavana. So then visualization happens. Even when we are not walking, we can close our eyes and in front of our eyes, we can visualize the whole thing. This is Mother's Virat Swarupam, Surya Chandra Agni Swarupam. Whole thing, kalam, time span happens because of them only. So that is what it is talking about. That is why 3 eyes representation for Divasa Nishayoho Antaracharim. Divasa means daytime. Nishayaha, Nishaya means Nisha means night. Daytime and nighttime. Antaracharim. That is why in between the Sandhya, that twilight zone is also covered. That is what the 3 eyes representation of sun, moon, and fire. According to Panchabhuta, Panchabhutas and 8 elements, if you take 5 elements, fire, and then sun and moon, and then representation of the time. So that's why we are seeing everything. Everything came from Mother. So, but Mother is beyond column and beyond space, beyond object. Desha kala vastu parichinna rahita. That is the technical word. Beyond all this, but because of Mother, everything is functioning. Everything is happening in created world. Everything is created. That is by mother. That is what we are seeing. And then this is the Gayatri Swarupam, Sandhya time representation of Gayatri. And Gayatri Mata meditation also we are doing. And then this is called Ikshatyatmika Shakti. That's the energy of that Ikshatyatmika energy. And Kala Swarupam. That is why we say mother as Satakshi, Sahasrakshi. Akshi means eyes. So, and Eem is the Bijam. Ikshatyatmika Shakti. Bijam is Eem. And Gayatri Upasana we saw. And then from mother, from her feet, the rays are coming. That is how we need to visualize too. Sun God took 116 rays from mother. Fire God, Agni, took 108 rays. Moon took 136 rays. That is why that whole thing is representation of 360 days. That is how whole year happens. And year is again Ayanams, Dakshinayana, Uttarayana. Right now we are in Uttarayana. And then in a month, again it divided into month. Month is also again Sukla Paksham, Krishna Paksham. Means full moon day and after no moon day. That is how our system goes, our Sanatana Dharma. From each day also a representation of goddess. Kameshwari, Bhagamalini, Nityaklinna, Bherunda, Vahnivasini, Mahavajreswari, Sivaduti, Tvarita, Kulasundari, Nitye, Nilapatake, Vijaye, Sarvamangale, Jwalamalini, Chitre, Mahanitye. We did it in Khadgamala very elaborately. Each goddess representation, we saw that. That is why our day column is divine. Whether we make the connection or not, whether we live in the present moment or not, it is divine. But how do we know it is divine? When we stay in that moment, then only we make the connection. Association happens. See how beautifully it is. For that association, we are doing these shlokas. This section is we are doing elaborately. So that is why it's very useful too. So these are all beautiful shlokas. Again, for 4 pointers, for sadhanas, visualization, association, location, and mind, for our mind meditation to get connection. All these are implied in the shlokas. Very, very powerful shlokas. Okay, that is why we call pradosham in the evening time. We do light the lamp. That is why that is the devatas, that Sandhya Kalam, especially a very good time for worshipping. That's why we lit the lamps, we light the lamps, and we say we should chant shlokas, and then we have some things to do. Our people also, our grandparents used to say, do not comb a hair or leave the hair like that, because even asuris, negative forces will be very, very high in that moment, evening. That is why they want to bring the positivity, knowledge. We light the lamps, because a dark time is, night time is entering. That is the pradosham. That is we do Shivarchana. Very, very auspicious time. That Sandhya time. That is why we have morning Sandhya, afternoon Sandhya, and evening Sandhya. 3 times, very powerful times. Even Gayatri Upasana people will do. That is why they say Savitri, Saraswati, and Gayatri. Depends on according to the time. This is a beautiful shlokas, and these 3, Surya, Chandra, and Agni, representation of Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna Nadi. Nadis are like they are not visible. They are subtle nadis. Surya, Chandra, Agni, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna Nadi. Even in our body also, Surya, Chandra, Agni, Mandalam means sections are there. Let us see from Mooladhara, let us say, if you take the spinal cord, from Mooladhara to Swadhisthana, those two are Agni Mandalam. That is representation of fire. That is where that speech also starts. That is what Tyagaraja also write a song. Mooladhara Nadam. That's how the song goes. So, then Nabhi means navel to heart center. The two together is the Surya Mandalam, representation of sun god. 1 second, first time I'm getting lot of texts. I want to make sure you are able to hear me. Okay, all right. Okay, nothing important. Okay, and then what happens is that is Surya Mandalam, and Chandra Mandalam is Vishuddhi Chakram and Agnya Chakram and above. Vishuddhi means throat, and then Agnya Chakram. Oh, 1 minute. Sorry, it is in signal. I want to make sure you are able to hear me. Oh, okay.
We can hear you, Shamla.
Sorry, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure. That's why. Okay, no problem. And then that's why this is called Chandra Mandalam. Mother is, that is why when sadhana means our worship, our devotion increases, that Chandra Mandalam will melt. Then seeker will feel the Amrutam, that nectar flowing through this whole all nadis, 72,000 nadis. These three, Ida, Pingala, Sushumna nadis are main nadis. But we have 72,000 nadis. So that is why nadis means in English we use the word nerves. But these are all not visible, they are invisible, subtle. So that's why the seeker will feel the beautiful Amrutam, that nectar, feels the happiness, joy, and feels the abundance, fullness. This is the whole shloka. That's where awakening happens. This is the whole shloka we saw elaborately. Even Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada Dityagatam Tejaha Jagadbhasayate Khilam Yachandramasi Yachagnav Tattejo Vidhi Mamakam. Whatever that brilliance, Tejas means brilliance, that Kanti, radiance in Surya, sun god and moon, and then Agni, that is, that Tejas is me. That's what Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 12th shloka. We chant this all the time when we have the dinner time, before dinner. See, this is the essence of the shloka, and now we will chant together. Ahasute savyam tavanayana markatmakataya triyamam vamam te srujati rajani nayakataya trutiya te drushtir daradalita hemambujaruchihi samadhatte sandhyam divasa nishayorantarachari. This is the 48th shloka we finished. As usual, we need to do, they say 1,000 times, but we are doing as much as we can. We need to do it. And then this is the, they gave a lot of bijaksharas actually. It's interesting really. They put Im, let us say Im is the bijaksharam, Ikshatyatmika Shakti. That is enough for now. And then Phalam, the results of the shloka is Navagraha Dosham. Navagraha means you all know, Kuja, Mars, and then Jupiter, Shanigraham, all that we all chant, Sun, Moon, Guru, all that Navagrahas. And then whatever is anything wrong or anything happens, then we can chant the shloka for ourselves or our near and dear ones. A remover of all the Navagraha doshas. any planets, 9 planets, because the planets are closest to the earth. They have their own effect on us. That is why full moon day we have the up and downs, and no moon day, Amavasya. That's what our scriptures say. It's an elaborate subject, but I'm not going into elaborate. But still, there is an effect on us. So that's why when we chant this shloka, everything will become conducive. Let us take it like that for our sadhana. So then Naivedyam is this tamarind rice, and then or banana and honey. 3 of them you can offer, or any one of them. This is the result, and this we saw. And now we are entering into 49th shloka. This one is very, very interesting. This eyes, drishti, that vision, that glance, or that is a representation of 8 cities. See how beautiful each shloka we are going to see. These are all very important section. I mean everything, but this is very beautiful section too. Now let us chant together. Vishala Kalyani Sputaruchirayodhya Kuvalayaihi Krupa Dhara Dhara Kimapi Madhura Bhogavatika Avanti Društiste Bahunagara Vistara Vijaya Dhruvam Tattannama Vyavaharana Yogya Vijayate. Now, first one is Devi, O Mother. Wherever there is no mention, we can take it as Devi. The name is not mentioned. Most of the shlokas, name is mentioned, mother's name. Devi or Bhagavati. Bhagavati again, who has 6 qualities. Fame and all the beauty, in all the fame, all the fame, all the beauty, all the intelligence, all the wealth, all strength. Even all this, Bhagavati has, or Bhagavan has, they have dispassion, vairagyam. That is why all these put together 6 qualities is called Bhagavati or Bhagavan. Bhaga means those 6 qualities have to have. That's why Devi or Bhagavati, we can take it any name. And then now Te means, oh mother. Drushtihi means your vision or your eyes. Now let us see what is that first one. Vishala. That is why Kashi Vishalakshi. Vishala means very big eyes, or she can see far away. Width and length, both, everywhere she can see. Vishala. And then that is the first one. Kalyani, second one. Kalyani means auspiciousness. Mother showers only auspiciousness. Nothing but auspiciousness. Kalyanam. That is why marriage also we say Kalyanam. Because this is a beautiful, auspicious moment. That is why we keep the muhurtam. For everything has to be conducive. Everything has to be right. Because that girl and boy are going to want to live lifelong together. This is Kalyanam, means that. And we saw that second. These are all names also. The cities' names. Vishala name, people will say Badrinath. And then Kalyani means now they say Nasik. These are all commentators are saying. Okay, I don't have proof if you ask me, but I heard from commentators, great people, I'm giving you that. Kalyani means that near Mumbai, Nasik, that is the city. And then for next one is Ayodhya. Ayodhya means that is city. We all know that way Ramachandra Bhagavan was born, and then Ayodhya Ram Mandir is also going to be built. That we know, Ayodhya. And Ayodhya, they have gave the adjective, Sputaruchi Ayodhya Kuvalayaihi. And that, I mean, this one we can take it for everything. Sputaruchi means very, very clear. Eyes are very opened up and very clear. It's not that like blinking or half open. Sputaruchi, and then again, Kuvalayahi means lotus. This is the Kuvalayahi means actually, I would say, not lotus, this lily. Kaluva means lily. Ambuja or Padmaja means lotus. It's compared with the black lily. Because eyes are very nice and black, and then that's what is comparing. And Ayodhya, that city we have seen, this is the third city. Ayodhya means nobody can conquer, unconquerable. That is why Ayodhya. Yodhya means that is for not. Nobody can conquer. That is why we have to make our mind should be Ayodhya. Nothing can conquer now, because we have to take control over our mind. Ayodhya, that is the third city. And then Krupadhara Dhara, that is the Dhara scene. Dhara is the another city. That is Dhara Nagaram is Dhara is I heard there is a city. That is why fourth city, Dhara. How is that one? Krupa Dhara Dhara. Krupa means compassionate, support for compassion, and then showering, two meanings, support for compassion, and then that showering compassion, eyes. See, we have to, don't forget, through eyes, each character is showing, each Lakshanam is showing, and then compared with cities. See, that's what we are seeing, how beautiful it is. This one is Krupa Dhara Dhara, support for compassion. Mother is showering compassion. This is the, then Dhara is the city. This is the fourth one. Madhura, fifth one. Madhura, you all, everybody knows Sri Krishna Bhagavan, birthplace, Vrindavan, Madhura. That is the, again, Madhura means Anandam, Aswadaniyam, Moksham, giver of liberation. When mother look at us, mother showers her side glance. When she shows grace on us, her grace is there all the time, like sunlight. But we need to able to receive that grace. For that, our mind need to be prepared. This is why, again, 4 pointers: visualization, location, connection, and then meditation. That is how we need to meditate. Mother is showering her grace, but I need to make my mind in a receiving mode. Means crystal clear, pure. Pure mind can only receive, but mother is showering grace all the time like sun god. And then Madhura means that is the fifth city. Sixth one is Bhogavatika. Bhoga means all comforts here or hereafter, or moksham, liberation, bhogam. That is why Sri Sundari Sevana Tatparanam Bhogascha Mokshascha Karasta Eva. When we meditate on mother, mother gives bhogam, means whatever we ask, whatever we require, whatever we desire, mother will give. Moksham means liberation also. How karasta eva means as though we have a gooseberry on our hand, means like that easily. That is what Bhogavatika means. All comforts. Not, see, God is not he's only wish fulfiller. Wish fulfiller, whatever we wish, whatever we deserve, he gives. Not a wish fulfiller tree, one after the other, but whatever we deserve, not all the desires. Let us say, if I want to become this country president or prime minister or whatever, not like that. Whatever we deserve, we get it. So that is why mother lives in Chintamani Gruham. Chintamani means whatever we, Chintana means whatever we think about it, whatever we desire, she gives. Okay, right desire has to be there. That is why dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever is not opposed to dharma, righteousness, that desire is only me. Means a mother. Mother is there in those desires. So right desires. Then seventh one is Avanti. Avanti means protection. See how grateful it is. Mother protects us all the time, whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not, whether we know it or not. She's protecting us all the time. Why? Because we are her children. She's taking care of us. Like, earthly mother takes care of us all the time. Universal mother, not only us, all beings, moving and non-moving, chara acharam, everybody. She's the mother for everybody. Abrahma Kita Janani. And then Avanti Drushtihi, Bahunagara Vistara Vijaya. Eighth one is Vijaya. Vijaya, Avanti is now Ujjaini Nagaram. They say Ujjaini, I think this is near Bhuvaneshwar, Ujjaini. That is the city. And then Vijaya means Aparajita, means make sure mother gives the capacity to win over our own personalities, wrong tendencies, wrong thinking, and kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsarya, ahankara, mamakaram, second set, raga, dvesham, whatever is bothering us, all this she will make giver of that. Vijaya means conquer all of those. So that is why 8 cities we have seen with in her drushti means vision. This is how all the drushti also we have seen the elaborately whatever each word representation of 8 cities, 8 drushtis, and then slowly giver of liberation. When we meditate on the mother, this is the Ikshatyatmika Shakti. Means when we opened up, the mother eyes opened up. This is what Ikshatyatmika Shakti means. So this is how basically we saw everything. I'm just looking whatever if I have missed any 8 cities. Okay. Now let us chant together the shloka, 49th shloka. Vishala Kalyani Sputaruchirayodhya Kuvalayaihi Krupa Dhara Dhara Kimapi Madhura Bhogavatika Avanti Društiste Bahunagara Vistara Vijaya Dhruvam Tattannama Vyavaharana Yogya Vijayate. So it gives us the victory. And now let us see the results and then the how many times. This one is Naivedyam, is the khichdi, like moong dal and rice and honey. Both of them are given. And then this one is, okay, this one is very interesting. People will be fascinated. This is how YouTube, whenever they do shlokas, they put, okay, you can get all the treasures, or you can see where the treasures are hidden, nidhis. Then people will follow then they will have millions and millions of views. And then subscribers will go. But we are all Vedantins, our purpose is not that, but we are just knowing what it means. Means whenever they chant the shloka, and then they have that, they say turmeric and the sesame oil, if they put it together, mix it, and then keep it on the ice, and then chant for, whatever they need to achieve, then they get that anjanam, that means anjanam means that katuka, that kajal. Anjanam means they have 2-3 meanings. Anjanam means mantram, and anjanam means when they have this, keep it on their eyes, they get the capacity to see the nidhis, means treasures. Hidden treasures are there on the earth. So they will have the capacity to see that. Okay, this is how they are giving that. And then, but inner treasure, most inner treasure is knowing ourselves as Vedantins. Know who we are. That is our treasure is in us. That is Satchit Anandam, existence, consciousness, bliss. That's who we are. Once we know that treasure, we dig into the treasure. That's why we need this Anjanam. This shloka is for that. Okay, for moksham, liberation. That is called liberation. That is, then we get the Shashvat Anandam, means absolute bliss. This bliss is not dependent on outside world, outside circumstances. So this is how the shloka is. And now let us see the 50th shloka. We are halfway. So exactly half, 50th. Again, this is also for eyes. This is the Palanitram, Arunima. Palanitram means that the third eye is on the forehead. Talking about specifically that for that, and how that is red, how it became red. We will see that. It's very interesting. Now let us chant the shloka. Kavinam sandarbhastavakamakarandaikarasikam kataksha vyakshepa pramara kalabhau karnayugalam amuncham tau društva tavanavara sasvadataralau asuya samsargat Alikanayanam kinchidarunam. Alikanayanam kinchit arunam. Alika means that forehead. Nayanam means that eye. Kinchit arunam. Kinchit means a little bit. Arunam means red. The third eye, which is on forehead, is a little bit red. It's beautifully written. Let us see why it became red. Kavinam. Kavinam means a lot of meanings are there. Poets. And here they are not normal poets, ordinary poets. They are the Brahmaji, Vishnu Bhagavan, all the great poets. They are all, what are they doing? Actually, let me give you the picture now first before we proceed. It's a beautiful one. See, mother lives in that ocean of nectar, that ocean, Sudha Sindhor Madhye. In that island is Manidvipam. In that Chintamani Gruham, house is Chintamani Gruham. In that Pancha Brahmasana Sthita, means her seat, asanam, is a crown, throne. Throne is made of 4 legs and seat. They are also Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Maheshwara, Sadashiva, 5 of them, 4 legs and the seat. That is how that asanam, that throne is. That is why Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari. We chant in Lalita Sahasranamam. And then everybody is coming to that Gruham, Chintamani Gruham house. All of them are coming, all the gods, goddesses, Dikpalakas, and all the poets, and everybody, every day, satsang is going on. Mother is really beautifully listening to all of them and blessing them. And then what happened is every day, mother's ears are listening to those satsang. Who's Kabinam? All these great people, all these devatas. And then what happens is the mother's eyes, this is the shloka for eye, right? Mother eyes are akarnantam, means all the way. Karna means ears, all the way up to ears. That big eyes are beautifully eyes. Akarnantam, all the way up to ears. So those 2 ears are able to, left eye, right eye, both are able to go near the eyes because they have the movement. They are able to go near the eye, near the ears. Why? Because they also want to listen to these satsangs. And then what happened is that third eye, that which is on forehead, that is not able to move, not able to go all the way up to ears. Then the third eye became jealous, jealousy of those 2 eyes. And then that is why it became little bit red. That is why even when people have the jealousy in their eyes, they become, the redness comes into their eyes. They won't be pure and clear. See, and our anger, that redness shows in their eyes. When that is why Mahatma's eyes are crystal clear, and then they are like showering compassion. Even in their eyes, we can see that purity. Some people, these eyes are very powerful. That is why we say nazar, right? That drishti, we take the salt and our red pepper, take it out. These eyes are very powerful. They have that, all the feelings, expressions are in eyes. Whether we are happy, anger, angry, jealousy, everything will be shown in the eyes. So that is why these eyes are very powerful. That is why we say drishti. Take out the drishti, nazar. We don't know who is watching in which way, which attitude. See, that's why this is beautiful shloka. The third eye became a little bit red. And Navarasas, they are enjoying all this, those 2 eyes. So now let us get into the shloka, each word. With that visualization, with that understanding, you will get into the shloka, that then you can appreciate. And that is why Kavina means all these beautiful poets, Brahma, Vishnu, Saraswati ji, everybody, all of them are doing beautiful satsangs. Saraswati ji is playing on Veena, all these beautiful stories. Like that, we need to visualize. Anything we can visualize, because this is all our mind. This is for meditation, right? And then physically, we don't need to go. We cannot go. But mentally, we can go to Manidvipam. That is called Sarokya Mukti. Sarupya Mukti. Imagine, visualize, you are sitting next to mother with all these Brahmajis, Devi Ganas, Devata Ganas. Now we know the location. See, just to feel that. And then Makarandaika Rasikam. They are all like whatever it is, that beautiful poetry is like compared with how the flowers, what happens, for the bees come for the flowers, that juice, that honey, they don't need invitation, they just come and take it. So that's how is compared. Mother's eyes are like bees, and then they are all kataksha vyakshepa, means side glance. They are going all the way to get that beautiful essence of that poetry or Vedanta Churcha or scriptures. You can keep any word. So Karna Yugalam, Karna means ears. Yugalam means 2 ears. Both of them, 2 ears and 2 eyes are going all the way up. And then, ears are there, eyes are going to that side. And they are not amunchamtau, they are not leaving that, because they are immersed in these satsangs. They are really enjoying. They don't want to leave. Munchati means leave. Muncha means leave. Amunchantau, they don't want to leave because they are enjoying. They are immersed in their satsanga. They are immersed in that scriptural knowledge. And Navarasas Rasaswada Taralau. All of them are put together, all the Navarasas, all this beautiful Navarasas. Navarasas are also representation of Sri Chakram, Hasya, Bhayanaka, and then Adbhuta, all of them, all the rasas. Even dance also, they show this through their eyes, through their mudras, through their movements. Even our life is a representation of all these Navarasas. Sri Chakram, Navavarana Sri Chakram are representation of all these Navarasas. All these, Adbhuta, Ascharya, Veera, Hasya, and then Karuna, Raudra, Bhayanaka, and Srungara. And like this, Ananda is the Bindu. That is our true nature, actually. That is the 9th. Anandam. That's where Shiva and Parvati reside. In our body, this is the Sahasrara Chakram. That is the top of our head. And that is the Navarasa, enjoying. And now, Asuya Samsargat Alikanayanam Kinchit Arunam. That Asuya, that means jealousy. Samsargat means associated, became a little bit, got jealousy. Jealousy, because of that jealousy, Samsargat Kinchit, Kinchit Arunam. Because of the association of jealousy, that that third eye, whatever that forehead, the third eye became Kinchit Arunam, little bit red, because it's not able to listen to those satsangam, because it became jealousy of the other 2 eyes. See how beautifully the 3 eyes are showing in this shloka. Those 2 eyes are moving, side glance, and then ears are also brought, and satsangam, and then compared with the flower and the bees, and that is a third eye. This whole thing is, and is written in the shloka. That is the beauty of the Shankaracharya's poetry. He is not only Kavi, poet, not only Brahmajnani, because knower of Brahman, and knowledgeable person, Jnani and Bhakta. That is why he was able to write so many shlokas. Small, simple shlokas, everybody can chant. All of us chant every day. Meenakshi Pancharatnam, Mahishasura Mardini Stotram, and highly Vedantic one, Shodasi, Vedantin Shodasi Stotram. And then wrote commentary also, Viveka Chudamani, small introductory texts, Bhajagovindam, like that, and then wrote commentary for Brahma Sutras. See, that is why he wrote himself, saw mother, and wrote the shlokas for us. Kailasa Shankara was born as Kaladi Shankara and given the shlokas for us. He saw mother. He went to Kailasa. He saw mother, and gave that book, Saundarya Lahari. But then that Nandishvara took that, snatching that book, that Shankaracharya got only 41 shlokas. Nandishvara held these shlokas because he didn't want the earthly, like us, all the he didn't want us to get these shlokas, because he's a great devotee of Mother Nandi, that bull. But because people might think wrong way, or they may not get the right understanding. That is why he hold on to those other half, the one we are doing. Then he prayed Mother, oh Mother, this is how it happened. How do I do it? Then Mother told him, oh child, you saw me, you know me. Then you write from your meditation. That is how these slokas are written from Shankaracharya's meditation, from his heart. And then another thing is, this is not for Shankaracharya, this is for us, because we need to have the faith in the Guru, faith in scriptures. That is why Mother tested, put the test for us, not for Shankaracharya. He knows this is a Shankara Avataram, incarnation of Lord Shiva. Mother knows this is for us. Mother did the trick. See, so this is the beautiful shlokas, how beautifully it is. And then 3 eyes representation of, again, jnanam means knowledge, nyaya means justice, karuna means compassion. That is why we say Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanan mrutyor mukshi yamamrutat. See, Trayambakam, 3-eyed one, yajamahe, I am praying to you, O Lord Shiva. Shiva and Shakti are always together. For example, sun and the light, and then the diya and the light. The sun and his brilliance are never separated. Sun means brilliance. Both of them are together. Same way, when we light the lamp, and that diya's light, lamp and light are not separate. They are always together. In the same way, Shiva and Shakti are always together. That is why Samayachara Tatpara, that is called Samayacharam. Always have to see them together. Trayambakam, 3-eyed one, oh Lord, 3-eyed Lord Shiva, I am praising you. Yajamahe, who are you? Sugandhim, fragrant one. You take out all these bad vasanas, tendencies in me, make it Sugandhim. Pushtivardhanam, you are giver of pushti, nourisher of everybody. Giver, and then makes us nourisher of everybody, Pushtivardhanam. And then Urvarukameva bandhanan, that compared with cucumber fruit, how it comes out naturally once it is ripened. In the same way, that mrityu should go away, come like that, automatically, anayasena maranam, not with struggling. Please make it very comfortable. Death is unavoidable. It has to happen. Whoever is born, death has to be there. Certainty, certain. That we should not ask to take away from death. That's what Rakshasas are asked. But somebody, whoever is born, has to go away. That is certain, unavoidable. We should not ask for that. Even if we ask, we might get 10,000 years. After 10,000, one day we will leave. But we need to ask for that. Prarthana shloka. Leave the body easily, without much difficulty. When we leave, also we need to leave fully. Leave fully. When we leave easily. That is what that prayer is. Trayambakam. That is what here also we are seeing. 3-eyed mother. Amba Sahita. That is also the meaning. Amba is there. Three-eyed Shiva and three-eyed Mother. That meaning also we can take, because they are together. Jnana, knowledge, or wisdom. And then Nyaya, justice. Karuna, compassion. Because God means justice. We blame God. If it is not conducive, or if we get ill health, or if we lose money, that is not God. That is not God is doing. God is always justice. That is our own karma. Karma phalam, results of our action. We are facing everything. We are our architect, our own life. We are creating our own life. This satsangam will help us to get better and better. Each shloka is adding up. Each shloka we are getting clarity. Each shloka we are becoming familiar with the words. See, this we are creating our own destiny. We are our own architect. Never blame God. God is justice. Whatever actions he will give to us, that results of action, karma phala pradata. That's all God means. Okay, this we saw elaborately. So let us hope our whole our life, our years will only the positivity, good things, and satsangam and good words. Bhadram karne bihi. Let us pray. Now let us chant this shloka, 50th shloka. Kavinam sandarbhastabaka makarandaika rasikam Kataksha Vyakshepa Bhramara Kalabhau Karnayugalam Amuncham Tau Društva Tava Navarasa Svada Taralau Asuya Samsargat Alika Nayanam Kinchidarunam. So this is the 50th shloka. Now let us see the results of the shloka. What do we get? And then now this one is this first let us see, this one is the sugar, the offering, or patiki bellam means crystal candy, that sugar cane candy, or jaggery, or banana, or offer the coconut. Break it and offer. And this is the offering. And then the like let us say, what do we gain out of it? That results of chanting of the shloka is masuchi means let us say somehow I'm not able to getting the mumps, right? But now let us say diseases. All the diseases will go away, physical or mental, any diseases. That is why it is called Adi or Vyadhi. Any diseases for health, good health. Let's put it that way. For good health of physical, mental, intellectual, psychological, in spiritual too, because then only we'll hear good things. Psychological, all levels for health. This shloka is very good. Okay, that's how they get the opportunity for satsang. So we finished the 50th shlokas halfway by Mother's grace, and we will see next week. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you. Thank you, Shamlaji.
Thank you.
Shamlaji, who was the drishta of Mahamrityunjay mantra?
Mahamrityunjay mantra drashta? I'm not sure. I have